Gender gap in cybersecurity and in security spaces is quite literally a global and national security crisis, and we don't have time to waste.
Our intent is to expose women to the different jobs that are in cybersecurity and allow them to find paths to get into cybersecurity or advance in cybersecurity.
We want to erase all the barriers to entry for women who want to enter the cybersecurity profession, upskill, change career paths, or just network and get more information about opportunities in our field.
We really represent finding that intersection of racial justice and gender justice and just advocating for that in the industry and moving everyone forward together. The reason that I really love Day of Shecurity is that a lot of organizations like to say that they're about diversity and inclusion, or they're about women advancing in tech spaces or in security spaces, but they don't really walk the talk. Day of Shecurity is one of the most affirming and inclusive spaces I've ever been in. Once you're part of Day of Shecurity, you have a team of advocates and a family with you from that point forward. So here's to Day of Shecurity.
Brenley, oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but thank God I have a stand-up desk because that just got me so excited.
So exciting.
I mean, this is our 6th event, and every year it just gets bigger and better and grander. And the silver lining of being forced into a digital conference means that we have over 1,200 registrants. I mean, how awesome.
Deidre, do you remember when it was 25 of us sitting around a conference room table? I mean, incredible, 1,200.
Yeah, in 3 years.
3 years.
And, you know, just speaks to how many wonderful people are out there. Well, you and I are the face today. The truth is there are amazing humans, lots of them. Kelly, Lisa, Jan, Victoria,
That's right.
The founding gentlemen that we love and adore, Tad Whitaker and Matt Torben, and all the volunteers. And I know there's many more of you, and yet how amazing it is when people come together.
So exciting.
It is so exciting. So as the founding partners in Day of Shecurity, we welcome you, our sisters. We are here for you of service. We happen to represent the leadership of women DOS, and our job is to serve you. And so really what we thought we would do is let's get real. Let's kick this thing off. We're here for cyber careers, Brenley, and we're going to get into that. And we've got only 15 minutes with these wonderful folks. So let's just put it out there and say, ladies, it's about power, and it's about all power being used wisely and working together. And unfortunately, if you're in the United States, which we know we have other countries with us today, but if you're in the US, like Brenley and I, to see a number like 128 out of 193 ranking for women in government,
not good.
Makes me crazy. Get involved, folks.
So much
get involved. You can do it. There's no question that you can't. And these statistics too, we're gonna blow out of the water, right, Brenley? Like, that's
right.
You know, really in the US, we're more somewhere about 15%. We're 1 in 13 of CEOs in Fortune 500, and that's got to change. And really our upper, as our sisters, oops, I clicked something, sorry about that. And of course, in the C-suite overall, we're at 21% with our sisters of color at 4%. So this has to change.
Yes. And what a huge opportunity as well. And today you guys are going to learn the steps of how to get there.
That's right. And if you're already in cybersecurity, you're going to be given the support to even get further. And at the end of the day, cyber jobs can take us into these seats without a doubt. Excuse me. Cyber careers go into the C-suite for sure.
That's right.
And we need our sisters in the C-suite there. So we put together a slide for you all because I know that everybody here wants to get involved. You know, how can you get involved past joining these events? And so really it's about creating those male allies, right? I mean, Brenley, founder of Lookout, is a man that started,
That's right.
And we need the men, we need
We
them
need them.
to support us. And it really requires us women to go out and also engage them to take a greater stand. A greater stand to speak up and to stand up. And so really we want to empower you all to be able to do that.
And find your advocates, you know, find your advocates out there, build the relationships, understand how you can build meaningful relationships that you can utilize going forward.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's so critical, and no different than the same thing with sisterhood, right? We want allies of all genders. However, we understand that the men have the power, so we
Not for long.
We have to go there, and they're lovely. I wouldn't be standing here. Two men, hired me out of college. I worked for them for 21 years. I love them to death. Yeah. And yet I have to apply sisterhood, and I have to apply a skill set to creating more male allies in order to create a community that is equally powerful. And that's emotional intelligence skills too, right?
That's right. And Deidre, think about it. Today, all of you get to connect with 1,200 women. And I'm sure some of you know some of the women out there, but think about a new sisterhood of community of 1,200. And as Deidre mentioned, Deidre, talk a little bit about our emotional intelligence track.
Well, I was just going to say, on that note, we're going to get back together too. We're going to do events where we're in the same location so that it's easier to build that connection with other people. But really, emotional intelligence is about the ability to care about how others feel, think, and perceive. And I mean, really care and create your own skill set to interact on those on those three things. And so it's here. It's the first time it's been at DOS, this track.
And not the last.
More people applied, Brenley, to speak on that are cyber leaders, cyber practitioners than any other track.
It's just so important. It's so critical. It is going to be the secret sauce to propelling all of you to the next steps in your journey in your career.
Yeah. It is super the key to human value of each other. It's really key. All right, we talked about vote. We talked about government. That means voting locally, city, state, federal. You have to get involved and vote. That is the system we play in. I'd love to change it. It's a greater conversation than today.
That's right.
We have to play in it, right? I know that, Brenley, you and I share this, we're in over 25 years in our career. One of the most important things I've learned is that, we're going to make mistakes. It's not about not making mistakes unless they're a mistake that you intended to hurt somebody. Mistakes come from great intentions. And so it's how we own them. So you're not going to be perfect. Just own the mistakes. It's really key to how we can all collectively come together.
Yes. And the power of being self-reflective, right? As you guys know, the most powerful leaders out there are those that can be vulnerable and be self-reflective.
Yeah. And that's a great segue into care for yourself, meditation, exercise, good food, water. I mean, this is serious, everybody. You can't care for others unless you care for yourself. So I learned this lesson the hard way of being one of those go-getters and not doing this. And thankfully I had time to correct it. And therefore I'm always preaching it. It's true. Take care of yourself, take care of others.
That's right.
Yeah. We must love ourselves to love others. All right, Brenley. The Lookout Foundation is one of the leaders in the tech industry of creating a robust foundation. You all do so much.
So exciting.
Security. Share with us, please.
Absolutely. So I am so excited to talk about our Lookout Foundation. About 4 years ago, our CEO and founders got together and they said, it is time for us to give back. And the way to do that is to fund a not-for-profit. So our founders and our CEO put together some of their own money to found a not-for-profit. And it was in alignment with the Pledge 1%. And so I'm going to walk you quickly through our foundation and what we're looking to do. We have 3 organizing principles. The first are around 3 focus themes. First is women in STEM, internet freedom and data privacy, and supporting Black communities and underrepresented communities. Second, by location. So we have offices all around North America, EMEA and APAC, and we align our employees with missions and projects that they feel are important, near and dear to their hearts, and that they can get involved with, which leads me to the Pledge 1%. So our third organizing principle is around the Pledge 1%, which is we pledge to give 1% of our equity, 1% of our product, 1% of our employee time towards causes that we feel strongly about. Okay.
Really generous. It's
really exciting. And employees are really engaged. Even during the time of COVID, we are still reaching out, making connections and funding some really exciting programs.
It's really special. You folks are leading. I love Jim. Send my love to Jim.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got it. You got it. And some of our grantees for 2021, Next Gen Cyber Talent, we are creating actually curriculum for cohorts of students to go through and learn about cybersecurity, some of their first entrees into the field. And we have 14 different cohorts going on at the same time. The Learning Partnership, this is a cybersecurity-based nonprofit in Canada, and Glide in San Francisco, where we have our employees going out pre-COVID, baking challahs on Fridays, and also helping teaching coursework around the field of cybersecurity. So really interesting.
So awesome. I love that you're doing more and more each year.
I know. So if the organizations you're with right now don't know how to start a foundation, have them reach out to me. Contact information will be in the Slack. But right now, we have employee matches. We match up to $1,000 of when employees want to give to any cause that is a 501, we match it. We have random hacks of kindness where different offices get together to do random hacks in their own communities. We have World Health Month where we're giving to organizations globally. And then disaster relief. We gave a huge grants of money throughout the globe towards COVID, and we'll continue to focus on charters moving forward.
Incredible. I encourage all of our sisters to take this back to your organizations, ask them to create something. And Brenley, how kind to offer your time to support that conversation. You really are a trailblazer.
Deidre, speaking of which, your organization has done some amazing work in the area of not-for-profit. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Much like Jim, I founded Secure Diversity myself with my own money too. And it really came to me again, realizing that I was the 1% of women in my position. And so I thought I got to do something about it. And I knew that I could help in cybersecurity, which is, super tied to what I do every day. So I'll be speaking today at 11 o'clock about the 45 job categories. It grows every year. What are all those jobs? That's at 11 o'clock. It's a big piece of what we do is spread that word across all genders, all cultures, all over the world. And that helps get people into cybersecurity and interested. And then of course, entry-level job searching is a terrible, all job searching is a terrible experience for humans. Entry level is super worse. And so we're doing lots to support that. And then, EQ skills is so key to all of us enjoying our time at work that once I started bringing women into cyber, I realized I better start getting these EQ skills out there because these cultures can be really challenging being the only woman or one of two, and the men that we love need some help and support. So Secure Diversity is, supporting all of these actions, and Day of Shecurity gives us the opportunity to specifically give to just women. And it's really wonderful to do so. I never had an event that was just women before. I always made sure the men were in the room because again, they're the ones with the control. And yet when I did it the first time with you all, it was so powerful. The sisterhood vibe, the energy is incredible. And we met, I'll never forget.
I know.
To have both.
And the relationships that folks had over meeting people throughout the years. I mean, you are all going to form some amazing relationships that will continue.
Yes, that's one of the best parts is hearing from the attendees about that. So go see your sponsors, everybody. I have a couple of slides here with sponsors, amazing people. Boston's Cybernetic Institute is giving away 100 seats in their cyber training program.
First ever. Fabulous.
And they're a VIP sponsor too. So, look at all these sponsors. They're here for you today. They want you to come to their booth. They want you to sign up so that they have lots of different types of giveaways, all different kinds. So there's scheduled time. You can see in the calendar at the top of the Hopin platform, a little black icon that looks like a calendar. That's your calendar for the day. But you can visit them anytime by going to the booths here at the Hopin platform, not just at scheduled time.
That's right.
Yeah. Give them lots of love.
Lots of love. And you could chat with them within the booth as well.
Yes, yes. And you can make appointments and they're waiting for you. So you can meet them throughout the day many a times. And on that note, ladies, we're going to end with reminding all of us that our words greatly matter, and that our words start wars and end wars. And they're so important to your career development, whether you're new or not. It's all about bringing people together. That's inclusive behavior. And behavior is mostly words these days.
That's right.
In business.
Very powerful.
Think about it. And
you're so right, Deidre. Words do matter. We're super excited about having you all join us today. You're in for a really exciting afternoon, morning and afternoon. And Deidre, does it get any better than this?
No. It's a day about us. It's a day about sisterhood, learning from your sisters, making relationships with your sisters, and really owning that we're all in this together. So choose your words wisely, everybody. Enjoy your day. And we look forward to seeing you at the end of the day.
Have a great session, everyone.